So this morning we are heading to Pemberton. So we're going to go check out the Dave Evans bicentennial tree and maybe climb that if we still can. And we're going to go check out the Jaeger dunes and hopefully stay somewhere near the dunes for the night. See how we go. Shortly after it tells you to deflate your tyres, there'll be a sign telling you to go down to 10 psi, but do it back at the sign where it tells you to deflate because there's a lot more room to do it there. We've gone down to 15 in the back because we've got a bit more weight in the back, and 10 in the front. You might think that's quite low, but you definitely need it. It is so soft. These dunes are moving at a rate of 4 meters per year, so they just swallow up the bush and swallow up the wetlands. So it's just new, soft sand year after year. So it's probably going to even be worse than the last time we were here. I think we were here about 2 years ago. So we've got a Clearview tyre spider, so you can inflate and deflate your tyres all at once, or you can do them one at a time, whatever suits you. Essentially it runs out air hoses that are on their own valves, and it's on a tank that's around this side. You can also, if you compressor knackers or you don't have one and you're really in strife, you can pull air out of your spare tyres and you can put that into the tank and then in turn put them into your tyres. You can equalise all your tyres if you get a flat. So say you're running 42 like we usually do, you get a flat in one tyre, you can hook all your tyres up, equalise them to about 32, which you can still get away with without damaging the rim until you find a compressor. This is your intake, if you like. So you hook your compressor up to there. You can fill your tank, and then you open your taps up. You let all the taps open, they'll start filling the tank. All you have to do to let air out of your tyres is just turn this tap here and just watch the gauge. So we've made it to the Jaeger beach. This is the roughest ocean I've ever seen. Like, we came here, 2 years ago, September, October I think, and it was rough then, and it's summer now and it is just rough. I don't think this beach is ever calm. I just think it is always like this. It was like this then, it's like this now. I think it's a bit calmer, but yeah. We're gonna head over to where the Warren River meets the ocean, and if it hasn't broken the ocean, then we'll cross it and we'll go on to Calcup Hill. I think it's one of the longest sand dunes, continuous sand dune climbs. Don't know about Southern Hemisphere or maybe the world. So we're going to give that a crack. So hopefully the river mouth hasn't broken into the ocean. Second shot at Cowcup Hill. Nearly made it. We got a bit further than the first time, but we're just too heavy, I think, without our diff ratios changed. So we were just waiting on them. One of the last parts to go on the car, but they came 2 days before we were set to leave, so we said, oh, we'll chuck them in later. But I want to keep going, but I don't think it's gonna do it. We're just too heavy without the right gear ratio and those diffs, I think, and without lockers I don't think we're gonna get it. And even with lockers, I'd only want the rear locker in for this kind of work. Yeah, we got 10 pound in the front, 15 in the back, but I don't really want to take any more out. I think they'll just be down too low, so I think we're gonna accept defeat and head back through the Jaeger-up dunes and through the forest. park. We are in the Leaning Marrie campsite, number 5. It's massive. And it's not too busy here. Number 6 next door, no one's there. There's someone down the end there, but it's not a massive campsite. But it's very leafy. I've claimed a spider web overnight. Jeez, I've dropped some leaves. There are black cockatoos up in the trees that do drop things, so just be mindful of maybe where you park your car, especially if you've got solar panels on your roof. They're pretty fragile. Yeah, so it's just a short little walk to the Dunnies, which is good. Just through this little bush track. This is actually a really nice site. This is another site. This is site 5. So this is the same. This is just a tent site, but pretty big tent site. You can fit a fair few of these on here. There's parking for 2 cars, but if you park really close, you probably get 3. So, you know, it's quite a big site. There is group camping as well, which I'll show you. But yeah, it's just a short walk to the Dunnies. Obviously, if someone was staying there is a little alternative track, standard Depot Dunnies, but these are actually a bit, I'd say, upmarket for Depot, because this site must have been renovated or something. Because these are not too bad. Pretty modern. Old bush though. So this is site 2 at Leaning Marrie. It's absolutely massive. But this is just the parking. Like, it's supposed to be a tent site, but you could camp up here, no worries. So this is your registration station. This is where you pay your fees and that. Got picnic tables, big table there. Tells you a bit about the national park as well. So it's got a little information bit, it's got a map. There's so many campsites. There's Pemby there. We are here. And Yagerup Dunes are just here. That's where we're going today. And we're going to exit out of Calcup Hill, which is about here somewhere. But there's just so many campsites here. There's one right next to us as well. But this is the group camping, so this is designed for tents. It's pretty leafy, but you'd go alright. It's massive, like you get so many tents in here. Probably good for school trips and stuff like that, I'd say. That's probably what it gets used for. It's all pretty central, like I said, it's pretty small, so. And I don't know if you can book this one online. I don't think you can. I think this one you just rock up and you just drop the envelope in. This morning we're headed to Walpole, so we spent last night in Pemberton, which is pretty good. And we're gonna go try and do the treetop walk, but I think it's closed. But there's still the ancient Tingle Forest tree walk, so we're gonna go check that out. And we're gonna go stay at a place called Crystal Springs. Never stayed there before. So yeah, we're hoping that's good, and we'll give you a look. So we've just pulled up to Crystal Springs campground in Walpole. So we're going to spend one night here. We're going to go check out Banksia Camp, which is just that way, and the same way as the Mandalay Beach. So we're going to go check that out, 8 k's away apparently. So we'll go check them out and we'll let you know how it goes. Once you get to the Banksia campground, you'll come across this hut, which is wicked. They call it the Banksia Lodge. And it's got a sink, got your tables, sink there. It's got these little rooms. Wooden beds, you put your mattress on there, bunk beds. And you got your little curtain. This is pretty cool. So we stayed out at Crystal Springs last night and the birds have absolutely gone to town on the Hilux. They're still up there. Cheeky buggers. So every campsite here you got to park under trees, but we seem to park under the one with the birds that are taking laxatives. They just caked it. If someone's pushing that, he's pushed a feather out. Disgraceful. So we are leaving the Banksia camp because at the back of the camp there is a four-wheel drive track, just a sandy track apparently. Gets you to Long Point in Walpole. Apparently it's only 9 k's and it looks pretty sandy already actually. We're down to 20 pound in the tyres, so we should be alright. Track down here is a bit overgrown, so I'd be looking for snakes. I've seen a few snake tracks, so I'll just start making noise, hopefully scare them. And where you got to get up steps like this, don't step over them, step on them. Sometimes if you step over them, they can be where a snake's hiding, and you can trot on them, and that's when it's going to bite you. Down at Little Long Point. You come down to the beach, you drive down, you can only get so far and then you come to a track. But we found all these little tiny waterfalls. They're just everywhere. This one's just running straight out of the rock. But this is like the third one we've seen. They run all the way into the ocean, where they meet the ocean I suppose. God knows where they come from. But they're wicked.